So after masking your last, and then you draw your center line, so you can see our center line. So the next thing, we are going to start our drawing from this point here. That's our instep point. You measure 1 inch from your instep point. Here is the 1 inch. Then take your drawing from the instep point down to that measurement. Get a curve from that measurement. Now from that point here to around here, we're going to measure 2 inch. 2 inch. So here's 2 inch. Now you take this one down to that 2 inch, and then get a curve at that point too. Then bring it down to the feather area. So we bring it down here. So after that, we are going to take another measurement from here. We're going to take another measurement from here to around here, 1.5 inch. 1.5 inch. So here's the measurement, and then we are going to take our drawing from that point. Take it down to the feather, then bring it towards the vamp area. Take it down to the toe cap. So hope you can see that. So directly down to the toe cap. So now you can see what we have. We're going to take another line from this point here. So after taking this line, we measure from here towards this area 1 inch. 1 inch from the line. 1 inch. Here's the measurement. So we take another drawing from that point, bring it down. So the next thing, we are going to take a measurement from here towards this point, 0.3 inch. That will be the gap between the two straps. So we take another line from that 0.3 inch, then bring it down. So, and then after that, we take another measurement from that point, 1 inch. 1 inch from here down here, 1 inch. Here's the 1 inch measurement. Then take the measurement up to this point to 1 inch. Then bring the line down. So you can see what we have. So we are done with this part. Now the next thing is to go over to the counter. We are going to draw our counter line. So this is our counter line, and our counter point is going to be from here down here 2.5 inch. So you measure 2.5 inch as your counter point. here is a 2.5 inch. So from that point we're going to take another measurement. See, place your tape around here to here. You measure 1.5 inch. 1.5 inch. Here's the 1.5 inch. So right now we take our sketching from that point, our counterpoint, through that 1.5 inch. Take it down to this point. So you can see what we have here. So right now we are going to draw our strap, our buckle strap. So you take your drawing from this point at the instep point, take it from there down to this point here. So that is going to be our buckle strap. So bring it down to this point at the counter. Then you're going to take a measurement. So right now let's take the measurement for the width of the buckle strap. The width of the buckle strap is going to be 0.7 from here down here, 0.7. Take the same measurement to this point, 0.7, depending on the buckle you are going to use. Then take the line through that measurement and take it down to the counter once more. So you can see we are done with the sketching, with the drawing. Hope you can see that. So the next thing now is to cut out the pattern and then develop it. So you can see the sketch. So we're done with this now. So let's cut the pattern out. So after cutting out the pattern, peel it from the last. By then your cardboard paper is ready. Draw a straight line on your cardboard paper. So hope you can see my line. So right now we're going to place the vamp. From the vamp to the cap area, we're going to align it to the straight line. From the vamp point to the cap area, we're going to align it on the straight line. So you're going to take your time to do this to make sure you avoid creeps. So right now I'm going to give parts here, this part here, some cut. I'm going to give it some slight cut so that it can be able to lap properly on the cardboard paper. It's obvious we didn't draw our vamp lines, but if you look closely on the center line, you will find out that it is not straight. So you see it is curved. So that point is where the vamp is. So just know that. So I'm going to also cut some part here. While cutting, please don't cut on the line of the strap. Instead, cut into the straps. Don't cut on the lines. So you take your time to lap the masking on the cardboard paper. You might have some crease, but just make sure you reduce the crease so that you can be able to get the actual shape of the pattern. So as you can see, we are done with this. We are done. So right now I'm going to adjust some lines, make sure that they are intact. Understand? So just make sure they are intact. So after that, the next thing is to add our lasting allowance. So I'm going to be adding 1.5 inch as the lasting allowance. So you do that around this point down to the cap. 1.5 inch as the lasting allowance. So after your lasting allowance, bring down the lines for the straps. So after that, the next thing is to cut this pattern into shape. So after that, you can see you punch the lines, or you use razor to mark out your marking dots. You can see I have used my punch to punch the whole line so that I can be able to mark them out. So right now we are going to spring the vamp. You draw a straight line on your cardboard paper, then place your pattern on that line from your vamp point here. From here down to the cap, you align it to the straight line. Then watch closely to see the part I'm going to mark out at this point. So I'm going to mark from the cap down to this point here. So you see the point, the strap here. So then see the point. Then I'm going to mark out the straps. So just watch closely to see what I'm doing here, because this is the point where you have to be tactical. You if you miss this point, you're going to miss the whole pattern. So you mark out the straps, these two straps here, you're going to mark them out. So you see where I marked this part. So after doing that, use your compass, place it at that point, that's your vamp point, then turn the pattern towards your side to align from that vamp point towards the instep point, also on the straight line from here down to this point. Make sure you align it on the straight line, and then you mark out from the counter down to the instep point too. So everything from the counter down to the vamp point, the instep point, that's what you're going to mark out at this point. So you see where they joined here, so you mark out your buckle strap and everything at this part of the pattern. So this is just the simple technique we used to spring the vamp for this pattern. So after marking out this part, so you can see, just watch them closely to see the pattern marking out. So after doing that, so you see from here down here, so after doing that, we are done springing the vamp, so you can see it. So right now I'm going to bold the lines, the dots. I'm going to turn the dots into lines. So after that, you see, you can see it properly now. I have converted the dots to line, and right now I'm going to cut this one into shape also. So after cutting it into shape, you also punch the lines for your marking dots. So you can see I have punched the whole lines so that we can be able to separate the patterns. So right now you fold the cardboard paper into two equal parts, then place the first part of the pattern, place the center line on that folding, then mark out this part. So you can see I have done that, so I'm going to cut it into shape now. So you also do the same for these two straps. So you can see these two straps, I've marked them out. Remember, I folded the cardboard paper at this point here, so I have marked it out. So right now I'm going to cut them into shape. And after that, you do the same for the counter. So watch to see how I placed the counter on the folding. So you mark it out, and then also you cut it into shape. Then you also do the same for the buckle strap. So you fold cardboard paper to mark it out, and then cut into shape too. So here is the counter. We are going to stitch this part after marking it out from our leader. So we are going to have something like this, and this is the buckle strap. So you see how it looks on the last. See how it looks on the last. So these are the straps, the front straps. So hope you can see that. So, and this also, you can see this part. So right now you place the 2D pattern on the 3D pattern, mark out where the straps is supposed to be on the center line, then you give your marks for your punch. That is where the straps are going to go in through this part of the pattern. So use your description to put the dots. So the point where the straps met on the center line, we have already marked them, so just follow those points and then create where you are supposed to punch for the straps to go in. So you can see that. So the straps are going to go in this way, and this one is going to come this way. So hope you can see that. So this one is coming here, this is the counter, and then the buckle strap. So the pattern is complete. So the next thing now is to also mark out the point where the buckle strap is going to pass through this same pattern. So you mark here and here, that's the width of the buckle strap, and that's exactly where you're going to punch. So we are done with that. The next thing is to punch out the marks so you can see them. So let's punch it out. So we are done with the punching. So we're going to cut along this line here, 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 you see. So we're going to do the cutting. Remember to put these marks, you can see it. You see it here. Just give this light mark on all the pattern. You can see this one, you can see this one, and you can also see it here on the counter. So those parts are going to be on this side of the last, so take note of that, very important. So thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to get updates as soon as our new video drops. Thank you and have a nice day.